thinking of the litigation. Let me tell you a little story, just talk a little bit, not a story, but I went to the studio this past weekend, and it was so healing just to be in the studio recording music, not thinking about my life. Every moment I'm outside of that house is just beautiful. I have to be there because I'm protecting an asset. It's just beautiful. It's healing, and I got to be with two of my favorite people in the whole world, Bob and Harry Noble. They're in the video. I'll link it in the description, or you can just search my channel if I forget to do that and watch the video. I've recorded some new music that I've been waiting to record for a while, and it was just great. It's always great to be in their energy. It's just like two brothers, and their relationship with each other is just so amazing to watch. It's like sometimes I forget they're brothers, because they get along with each other so well. The way that they talk to each other, they like joke and stuff, like best friends. I think they were like each even the best man at each other's wedding, and it's just like, it's interesting, coming from like a dysfunctional family. I have 5 brothers, Drew, Marky, Reese. I have 4 brothers. There's 5 of us in all. And I don't talk to any of them, not one. And it bothers me a little bit, but I don't know why that is. It's just it's always been that way. We're just not close, none of us. When we were younger, we were there somehow, but we were all in the same house, so it was easier, So, but like as adults, it's like I never call my brother and just shoot the shit with them, none of them. If it's not Christmas or it's not my birthday or one of their birthdays, it just doesn't happen, Never call me up like, yo, let's go grab a bite to eat. Let's catch up, Never, ever, never. It just never happens, and it's a sad thing, but it's like it's whatever, I don't cry about it. I never did. It's like someone in my family hits me up. It's like, okay, boy, why are you calling me? It's like I know you need something, or like something happened to somebody in the family. It's just never like, because it just never happens where they're just calling, oh, I didn't want nothing, I'm just seeing how you're doing. It's like, okay. So my guard is up if I get a text message or something and it's not my birthday, it's just weird. But for like Bob or Harry, they probably get a text from each other or their other siblings. They have a big family too. And it's no big thing, It's just weird. It's like, family's supposed to be this super tight unit, and it's like it's not like that for everyone. So when I get to hang out with Bob and Harry and watch them joke and record and play music together, I wish I could play music with my brothers. It would be the greatest thing. I tried to get one of my brothers to play the drums, and it's like, yeah, not my thing. It's like whatever. But if I could do that, and they play together, the Noble Brothers band. They're named the Nobles. It's just. It's nostalgic, man. They're 2 beautiful people, and I've grown so much just by knowing them, There was this one time we were playing together as a trio in this bar called the Inn, the Regalsville Inn in, I think it's in Pennsylvania, but it's on the border of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. It's right by a bridge, and you can like sleep there. I don't think a lot of people do, but you can. And they have live music on the weekends, on Fridays and Saturdays, and it's a really nice place, it's like high quality food, like a really, really delectable menu, and craft beers and all that stuff, and good wine if you're into that. And it's right along the river. So you go there, you listen to some music, and it's like, we all gotten there early, and it's just like, I'm setting up because, Bob just brings his bass and his amp, and he's set up in 2 seconds. Harry just plugs into the PA system. I got to bring the PA system, set up the mic, and set up all the equipment. It's just like they set up in 2 seconds. So they set up, drop their stuff off, and they go sit at the bar. They're having a drink, and they're just sitting there talking, and it's like, I'll just never forget it. It was almost time to start up, and it was almost time to start the gig. And it's like, I'm finishing to set it up, and it's just like, I looked over at the bar. They're sitting on the corner of the bar, the right-hand side, just like looking at each other, laughing and talking, like having this really deep conversation, not even thinking about the time. And it's just like if you just seen them, you probably wouldn't guess that they're brothers, because Bob's like a lot taller than Harry. and they look similar, but not the same, And they're just talking. They're just in the middle of a conversation. It was like 2 or 3 minutes before it was time to start, and it's like they don't, they don't care, They're just talking. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and I was just watching them. And I can't remember having a moment like that with like my brothers, just like any of them, just out at a restaurant, just shooting the shit. Not thinking about nothing, just reflecting on old times and just, having a good old conversation, And it takes me there every time. I always wonder what it could be like when I see them, So I'm walking up to them at the gig, and it's just like, I'm like, I felt bad because they're in this conversation, but at the same time, we got to start the show. And it's like, yo, are you guys ready? And Harry turns around, he always joke. Me and Harry joke. Harry got this. I love Harry, man. He's like, apparently we're in the middle of a conversation here. He has this deep voice like that, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I got you. And I just walked back, He's like, I'm just joking. I knew he was joking, but it was just funny, man. I never told them, like, how much seeing them together, and that's why I love playing with them. Seeing them together, how much it means to me, what it makes me think about. I never told them. Maybe they'll see this video and they'll have a better understanding of why I love them so much, man. They're two great people, always teaching me something, how to be a better person every time I'm around them, And yeah, that's what I thought about as I was in the studio the other day. Just hanging out with them, and we spent a long time shooting the shit, just recording these songs, and it's like, they get play in other bands, but it's just like, I play with other people too once in a while, but it's like, it's not the same, They have a special connection with each other, and that energy gets sent to me when I'm playing. It's just like, because I don't have to think about anything but the music. I can just feel the music, when I'm playing with them, and it's like, there was no drums. And it was just like us in the room, and it's like we just locked in. They were shooting the shit before we recorded the video, and it's just like I'm setting up all the equipment. Same thing as the gigs, they're just playing these little jazz tunes, just in their own little world, and I'm trying to get everything ready. Classic case of the singer or the band leader or whatever. The other musicians are always doing something else, and the one guy is putting the show together, is doing all the other stuff, but it's like, I'm not complaining. It's just, that's just how it was. And I was setting everything up, and they're playing the music as I'm listening. It was beautiful. And then it's just like, I picked up the guitar, and it's like, they're like, you ready to go? I'm like, yeah, we're ready. And we just nailed the take. It's just like, I don't have to think about anything when I play with them. It's great. So when Harry's available, if Bob's available, it's always a good time. And makes me think about this pizza shop. It's around the corner from my house. It's like one of the oldest pizzerias in Easton, Pennsylvania. That's where I live at. They've been voted the best pizza in the Lehigh Valley, and it's really delicious pizza. I'm there like all the time, Sometimes they'll give me a free slice, and it's beautiful, man. And they probably have no idea why I go there. It's like, while I'm going through this litigation. I've been going there for years. I've been eating that pizza since I was 11 years old, I've watched them change buildings, and I watched when the father used to cook the pizza, then his son took over, and now he's training his sons to take over the business. I could just see how it's all working. Now the two sons are working there, they're laughing and joking, and Big Pino's still running, the show pretty much, but it's like one day they're going to take over, And it's like, I've seen all that growing up. The whole neighborhood's seen it. But it's like, I just go in there, I get my little 2 slices. Sometimes I'll get a whole pie, and I just sit there, and I just absorb the atmosphere. It's like, I've been eating this pizza since I was 11 years old, and I watched the transition. His mom and dad don't really do much anymore. They'll run the register, but it's like, it's kind of sad for me in a way, but it's like, I love seeing it, functional families. It's like everything my family could have been. Like, we could have been such a tight-knit, powerful group, There's just so many of us, and it's just like, we're not locked in like that, Everybody just kind of does their own thing in my family, and it's like, I don't know how it could have been better, Maybe if my dad wasn't always doing stupid stuff, Maybe if he would have been a little more present, more mindful about having children, you know, instead of just having children, you know. If we would have put some thought into it and some care. It's just like, I guess to me it seemed like even if your children were a mistake, it was just like they were always an afterthought. It's like he never slowed his life down, even though he had 9 children, you know. He just kept living his life like he had no children. Even though he, you know, provided things for us, it's like there were things that he hasn't provided, you know, as a father. It's like I said in another video where I was pretty much ranting, it's like, keeping an eye on the time here, it's like I've never had a deep conversation with this man, you know. Actually, I did one time when I was 12 years old. We got in this fight, and it's like he spent a long time just explaining to me that he cared. And it was just like, I carried this deep respect for my dad since that day. And it's just like, I never really paid attention to his actions until I agreed to do him this favor that ended up backfiring on me, you know. But that's getting into a story for another day. But that's why I sit in that pizza shop, you know, to see grandma and grandpa, you know. I say Big Pino, I don't even know his name, but the old guy who started the business, and his wife still in there doing it. You know, they're in there. They're on the weekends. They're there every weekend. And it's like Big Pino still running around, making pizzas, answering phones. Like he's still doing everything. But now his sons are there too. And you can just see they're going to take it over. You know, that's going to be legacy. You know, like that business is going to stay in the family. You know, they're going to run it a certain way for a very long time to come. And it's just like, our family could have been that, you know. And it's just sad. It's just sad the way that it turned out. So like, I will sit in there and eat my pizza, you know, give me my little salute every time, and it's cool, man. What you got, bud? I love it. And I just sit in there and watch, you know. I enjoy that. That's just something I enjoy. Like I'm headed there today after work to get my little 2 slices. I'm there every other day or every couple of days. It's been snowing a lot. It's been freaking freezing, so I haven't been there, but I'm going tonight. And I sit there and I like to think about things and let off some of this frustration that I'm feeling going through this litigation process. And but it's okay, man. It's all right. It's all right. Thank you for listening. I hope you understood what I was trying to say in this video today. 2 slices of pizza, recording music, watching the brothers. It's like, family's supposed to be everything, but for everyone, sometimes it's not everything. Sometimes it's the source of your pain, the source of your frustration. And if you relate to this video, just say, relate. Leave it in the comments, you know. Some moments are just special, man, and I hope you go watch that video. I hope you enjoy it. My name's Pentley Holmes. You know, I'm that singer-songwriter in pursuit of a wild dream. Check me out on my website. It's pentleyholmes.com if you want to get in touch with me. And if you want to get in touch with me, feel free to check me out on Instagram. Shoot me a DM or hit that link underneath the description in the bio. In pursuit of a wild dream. Peace.